What are the Chinese people able to see with social media being blocked, able to hear about what's happening in Hong Kong?
Well, very little. For people who are very internet savvy and know their way around the news sites, it is certainly possible to get all the news. But for the average person watching TV, reading newspapers, or browsing conventional news websites, they will know there's something going on, but they will have no idea of the scale of it. And the state media editorials have, cast the whole affair in a very negative light as something that will damage Hong Kong.
Now, a lot of the young people, a lot of Chinese are used to blackouts of information, and they're quite savvy in finding workarounds. Are people interested in finding workarounds? How do they view what's happening in Hong Kong?
Yeah, there certainly is a section of the population that is interested in finding workarounds. People who are news junkies or technology fans generally know how to jump over the Great Firewall using a VPN or another technology. But for a person who's not particularly interested in news or international affairs, they perhaps won't really notice what's going on because it's just absent from the front pages of the newspapers and the TV broadcasts.
What about the use of Fire Chat? That's an app that has been used by the protesters in Hong Kong. Are you seeing that being blocked as well?
Yeah, Fire Chat first came to prominence actually in the sunflower movement in Taiwan some months back, and that was when you first saw an uptick of local users in mainland China. And the interest generated by Hong Kong and the media coverage of it has meant a lot more people have downloaded it. But Fire Chat now requires a registration page, which appears to be blocked in China, in mainland China, not in Hong Kong. And that seems to have slowed down activity on it. I should mention that Fire Chat, I mean, it's a good tool if you're trying to network with people around you, physically close to you, but it's not a very good tool for transferring information. Information comes in little bits and pieces. It's difficult to archive and search. And it's not time-stamped. So it's not actually very useful for finding out what's going on in Hong Kong on the mainland.
What about Instagram? Why block Instagram?
Well, Instagram was the last major foreign social network that was not blocked. So I would actually perhaps ask the question is, why did it take so long for Instagram to be blocked by the government in China? But I think, the approximate reason was that there are many people in Hong Kong using Instagram, and they were uploading vast quantities of photographs of the demonstrations. And Instagram was pretty popular in the mainland, and that's why it got blocked.
Jeremy Goldkorn, who's the director of Danwei, an informational site that translates Chinese articles into English. Thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure.